Okay, just as a speedy review, I want to make sure that at this point you already know this stuff about simple equations that involve three variables, because they come up all over the place in physical science class. So when you see something like this A equals B times C, I would expect at this point that if you wanted B by itself, you would know that you had to divide both sides by C to get B by itself. And I would also expect that if you wanted C by itself, you would know to divide both sides by B to get that by itself. Not a huge deal. Over here, when you see division, when you see A equals B over C, if you want either B or C by itself, I would expect that you would know if you wanted the B by itself, you want to get rid of this divided C and you'd multiply by C, so B equals C times A. And then I would also expect that if you wanted to get the C by itself, you would use a trick maybe like cross multiplying, where you'd go A times C equals B times 1, and then you could use division to get C by itself. So then you wind up with C equals B over A. So that's just a 1 minute review on those. What this video is really about is these squareds over here. How do you get a squared? How do you get rid of it? How do you deal with it? And the reason why I'm doing that is because in physical science there's an equation that deals with kinetic energy, and it has a squared in it. So I want to make sure that you are able to do that. So in this one right here, I have us getting C by itself. This one's not a really big deal, because if I want C by itself, I'm noticing that it's multiplied by that B squared. So I'm just going to divide both sides by B squared and be done with it. So C equals A over B squared. If I gave you actual numbers for these, like if I said A was, I don't know, 10 and B was, I don't know, 6 or something, then B squared would be 6 times 6, so your answer would be 10 over 36, and you could reduce that or turn it into a decimal or what have you. But this is the idea here. Can you do this? Can you get C equals A over B squared? This one down here, a little bit closer to the point, because we might want to solve for V in the kinetic energy equation. So let's see if we can get that B by itself. The first thing that I'm going to notice is that it's multiplied by C, so I'm going to divide both sides by C. That allows me to cancel it out. So now I'm at B squared equals A over C. And how do I get rid of a squared? Well, take a look at this. Let's say I've got 2 squared. Well, that's 2 times 2, and that is 4. So what is the square root of 4? Well, the square root of 4 is 2, because 2 times 2 is 4. So if I take the square root of 2 squared, that's basically getting rid of that square root bracket thingy. So the square root of 2 squared is 2. That means that the square root of B squared is just B. But whatever you do to one side, you got to do to both sides. So you wind up with this. You get B equals the square root of A over C. Now, if I actually gave you numbers for this, what would you put in? Like, let's say that A was 3 and B was 4 or something. What you would do is in your calculator you would go 3 divided by 4 equals, and then you would hit your square root button, and that would give you the answer. So that is how you deal with squareds and square roots in these easy little equations.